Oh yeah, games are about to start. We get into bluefin zones! Good news for everyone who has a bingo card! Alrighty, and we are seeing a 96, the Galba based, and oh wow, we're seeing whale dapples here. Both are going relatively backless aside from Splatling, which I'd say based. Good job, guys. No pens yet. And we're seeing Luckyo trying to cause some pressure. We see Eon sharking here, trying to catch one. Ooh, not quite getting it, being punished by Green indeed. And we're seeing Green getting ready to pop this bubble, but Luckyo has that crack in this one, making it very difficult to get value here. That said, HydraCity gets the flip on zone and will have lead for now. We're seeing Harpy on these dualies, trying to cause a little bit of havoc, but unfortunately gets snuffed out by Luckyo. And we're seeing Samaya trying to keep pressure up. What are you thinking about this, DH?
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the RUDEST special is kind of slipping and they have this cap. Everybody's going to try and drop the whale from their team.
Oh no! Oh no! Someone fell off the map! Mudkip! No!
Evergreen does not care though. They're going to avenge their teammate and help HydraCity get control of that zone. Again, Harpy on these duels. They're going to try and shark on the wall. They're going to jump out, and it looks like RUDEST special is going to recover from that cap pretty early. E on this Tri-Slasher, they're going to pop this cooler. They're going to try and get set up. And right now, HydraCity, they have to all drop. None of them are in mid right now. Yeah. They have a long way to go.
That Kraken's going to make it very difficult for them to do anything here. We see Green go down to the Kraken, and we see Samaya with this grab, making it really difficult for D to do anything here. That said, the cooler chump block will save her, but unfortunately not Shiza. And with that, we see D with those missiles. Everyone's together, but D does go down here.
Yeah, RUDEST Busters, they're continuing to hold. Evergreen's just going to charge in. RUDEST Busters is 2 down. This bubble might allow HydraCity to get kind of more into zone. They managed to contest it for now, but 2 go down on HydraCity. They need more manpower to cap the zone. Evergreen goes down. It's just Shisa on that edit. They're all going to have to back up from the elevator. And RUDEST Busters, they have no penalty in that zone. They are holding. And right now, HydraCity, they need to throw something at zone. They are running out of time very quickly. Shisa's going to look for a kill on Lucky with the edit. We go all the way to the elevator. Lucky is going to find a nice kill on Shisa. They have a crab there as well. Everyone is on the plat for RUDEST Busters. The HydraCity is going to run out of time, and RUDEST Busters, they will take game 1 pretty convincingly.
Well, yeah, those Rude Busters are really rude. They're able to get that TP up instantly. Okay, Deltarune puns aside, very strong showing from the RUDEST Busters, and they have indeed shown their rude potential.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a really solid around game for the RUDEST Busters there. Like, they lost zone maybe a couple times there, had a couple contests there as well, but in the end, like, I think like they just managed to hold on. They managed to force HydraCity to keep dropping in a map that is very punishing for those who want to drop into mid. They were on it. I saw Evergreen for HydraCity was getting some good value on those drops, but they were not able to sustain that value for long enough to cap that zone for long periods of time. And because that, RUDEST Busters takes game 1 on a Metro Inc. staple, Bluefin Zones. But we are moving to Humpback Rain now, which I don't know. I think it's definitely a map that's going to be less snowball-y, which is kind of what we saw in that first game with Bluefin Zones. Like, shout out Bluefin Zones, we love you, but it is a little snowball-y. Like, it is a little snowball. Like, I gotta say.
Yeah, and that was without a charger.
Yeah.
When there is a charger, when there is a charger, Bluefin unfortunately becomes insufferable, which is a shame because I love the map.
Yeah, but even with no charger, like they still had a crab. That crab was getting some massive value, especially towards the end of that game for RUDEST Busters, and like really anything with range can do a lot. But Humpback, I feel like it's definitely a more scrappy, like AOE midline type of favored map, which is in contrast to what we see with Bluefin Zones for sure. So we'll see if any of these teams try to make switches. I do think that Eon's try, which I mentioned before game 1, that is going to be even better on this map, especially if there are a lot of prolonged fights in mid. That is where Tri-Slasher is going to excel.
I am kind of curious if Green is going to opt for a roller here because of the nature of Humpback, which makes it a little harder to run Decapitator. And by a little, I mean noticeably harder. That said, thoughts on Humpback Rainmaker? I don't like Rainmaker in general, but Humpback's fine. Humpback's fine. I can live with it.
I don't know. I'm a Rainmaker lover. Like, they could never make me hit Rainmaker. I know there's been a lot of discourse, but I will never sour on that mode. But that's for another time. we are getting into game 2 here.
We see the Rudest Busters continuing on the Rude streak with the same comp. And we see a swig! We see a swig!
That swig is going to be very interesting. It has a lot of high object damage, so HydraCity might be in a better position to pop throughout this game, but for now, Evergreen on that swig is not going to go for that opening pop.
Pick on Luckyo, that's a...
And they're going to seed it to Rudest Busters there. They have nice control mid. HydraCity opting to play farther back. He is going to drop on that new Splash Shot Pro with Splat Bomb and missiles there, but someone on HydraCity is just going to grab it there. They're not going to punish it,
and pretty much everyone on HydraCity does go down here. And we see Shiza jumping out here. We see Samaya trying to cause some pressure with the dualies. We see Rainmaker get popped, and we see a perfect opportunity to potentially grab. That said, Luckyo has a Kraken, so it may not be needed. On top of that, Rain. This is a super easy check that Mudkip is going to dunk with Luckyo constantly causing pressure. That 96 is truly diabolical.
Yeah, and look at what Rudest Busters is now. They've gone through this check. HydraCity is coming out from 3 down, I believe. Mudkip with this Rainmaker, they're going to try and shoot through the missiles, through the bombs. They're going to get to 31. That's a very good lead on this map to start out in this first minute here. 2 go down, Rudest Busters, so they might not be able to continue. Eon goes down in front of the Rainmaker, and HydraCity, they're going to pop. They're going to grab this Rainmaker. It's Harpy on the
whale drop.
And Harpy's just going to try and run it there. She's just going to be behind them trying to support, but they're going to go down. Maybe a little bit too fast of a push there as Rudest Busters is settling back into mid. They have 2 down there for HydraCity, and they look like they're going to get their second push start relatively soon.
Indeed. ZRC and Eon are trying to keep some pressure. We do see Japples go down to the Rainmaker, and we're seeing Samaya trying to cause some pressure. Since everyone's out of position, wait a minute! Wait, Samaya's going crazy, just wasting so much time on that side, which is going to make so many free points, but she's barely able to prevent the KO.
Eon gets all the way to 9, and they grabbed it again for the KO! Unbelievable! I thought that push was dead. You thought that push was dead. Everyone thought that push was dead, except for the Rudest Busters. The Rudest Busters, they refuse to let that push die. They take it all with the KO. They catch HydraCity completely off guard and KO in like the first 2 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah, the TP bar goes beyond the average Rude Buster. These are truly the rudest. And I'm very interested to see how they're going to convert this going into game 3, which is going to be on Inkblot Tower.
Yeah.
Finally a map I actually, finally a map that I can actually say that absolutely should always be played in tournaments.
I don't know. You're saying Bluefin Zone shouldn't be playing tournaments?
Oh yeah, that's
slanderous.
That's
slanderous.
I messed up my wording. Bluefin Zones gets a pass. Bluefin Zones gets a pass. It's not good, but I love it, so it gets a pass.
But yeah, I mean, you look back to what Rudest Busters did in game 2 there. It felt that they really just caught HydraCity off guard. They were quick at their push, but they're also very organized. Like, I think with HydraCity, like, they tried to go fast on that counter push after Rudest Busters' first push. It didn't quite work out. The Rainmaker carrier died a bit earlier than they probably would have wanted to, whereas Rudest Busters, they also went fast, but I think they were very concentrated with their attack. Like, they ran it up the middle towards that pedestal, and when the Rainmaker carrier eventually died, they were there to pick it back up and finish it off for the KO. And so very, very good game plan there from Rudest Busters, who gets that 2-0 lead to start. And as you said, we are going to Inkblot Tower right now for game 3. It's game point right now. If Rudest Busters takes this, they take the whole set. And this is one of the classic maps in the competitive Splatoon scene. Everyone here knows it. Everyone here mostly likes it. I've seen some haters of Inkblot Tower in the past, but it's generally a liked map. But I don't know. What are you most looking for here in the game 3, Tarrant?
Not necessarily from Inkblot Tower in particular, aside from hoping someone takes a far left flank and kills someone early. I like doing that way too often. I get punished for it way more. I get punished way more than I wish I did. That being said, Rudest Busters just seems to have a major advantage in terms of not being able to be rushed down themselves while still being a very fast comp. And we're seeing Mudkip on Penso now? Oh, wow. And double splatling as a counter pick to the momentum. That said, it's not double cooler because Eon is on V-Try.
Yeah, a little bit of comp switch up here for Rudest Busters. Evergreen there with that roll. No more swig, unfortunately.
We're seeing Dean on the knot. But we're seeing Green trying to cause some havoc. Unfortunately, Luckyo is able to catch him. And also being able to catch Deed and having a beautiful foothold trying to pressure Shiza. That said, Harpy is being very cheeky and briefly stealing lead. Actually, no, this lead's noticeable. Oh, wow, wait.
Harpy is going to try and push that tower by themselves. I don't see any teammates here where they are. That tower is not going to get past that first checkpoint, but
it was worth it.
They get some points. They'll take it, and it allows them to get a situation where Rudest Busters goes 3 down. It is just Mudkip on the pen. Evergreen has that bubble ready. We'll see if they decide to put on tower and move forward. They're going to move forward to plat, go right past tower. They put the bubble up on bats and get a kill on Mudkip. Evergreen with a beautiful bubble into kill combo there. And HydraCity, they have a good push going there.
And getting Samaya there too. Lucky's trying to keep this together. Able to get 2, but Harpy is going to be able to punish that. And with Shiza and Harpy on tower, and Harpy trying to continue this streak. Unfortunately, a little difficult into fighting dualies, but never mind. Samaya goes down here. Wait, HydraCity.
HydraCity is having a marvelous first push here. It just
HydraCity out the academy. HydraCity out the academy. Oh my God! It took that long for a dead push. Good thing Inkbot's hard to lock out, because otherwise that would have been really rough for Busters. And we're seeing Evergreen just trying to keep pressure up with that roller. We see Samaya trying to get the crab ready on this beautiful stack here, trying to catch Green, able to do so. However, does drop a little bit. Not quite going down, but not quite able to cause the pressure, but going in super aggressively, catching Deed, and this is a diabolical counter push that we're seeing right now.
Absolutely.
Except Luckyo does go down, so Green can still defend this. Okay, maybe not into the try, but...
Yeah, Rudest Busters, they're maintaining momentum here. Eon's going to get on that left side of bats. They're going to try and find a 1v2 on D and Shisa, but they are locked down on that. Shisa finishes off the nice kill there. Samaya has another crab. They're going to find a kill on D on the Nautilus there. They're not going to quite get that second checkpoint yet, but they have enough momentum to kind of maintain that if they can stay alive there. But HydraCity is locking the second checkpoint now. It's a very hard checkpoint to get if the other team is defending it correctly.
Yeah,
so Rudest Busters, they have an uphill battle. They had moments there in that last push, but HydraCity was able to stop them. They do go 2 down though, 3 down. It's just Shisa ahead, so this might be the lucky break that Rudest Busters has been looking for. They need to come all the way back to 18 there. HydraCity had a very good push. Evergreen finds a kill there on Samaya on those dudes.
Lucky's Kraken is going to make it very difficult to cause pressure.
It's not going to find anything.
2 go down, and Harpy's on the flank. And we're seeing Green due to the cooler getting chump blocks, but Shiza was able to finish off the pen. And I feel like right here we're seeing right now we're seeing Rudest Busters overall weird comp weakness in that they're not quite able to sustain pressure quite as well as HydraCity is able to. That said, so they have to rely a lot more on aggression, and it's really hard for them to do that when they have a roller to worry about.
Yeah. Samaya has another crab. Guides 1, finds 2. Samaya with an excellent crab. And they're in good position to get the second checkpoint here. Deed on the knot is going to find Samaya, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find this Tower Rider in time to stop that checkpoint from point 2.
Luckyo goes down.
Deed is still there, trying to find something.
Trying to keep pressure sustained. And we're seeing Pico on the mic. And we're seeing Eon on this jet trying to cause trouble. Not quite able to get deep there though, which is going to be very difficult on them, especially since Green is going to be able to take tower and get the crab kill. Okay, Green. And we're seeing Green trying to keep pressure up, and it's working out. Well, it was working out. And we see Mudkip, and we see Harpy trying to keep pressure. We see Mudkip on this pen trying to take tower and trying to keep things held together to be able to keep this push going. But Deed on that knot's going to make it very difficult. But Deed does go down, and we see Shiza get blown up out of nowhere, and we see Samaya on this crab, but he drops, but it doesn't matter since it's only Deed left, and Rudest Busters will be able to take the lead. They were able to grab the TP they needed in order to get a diabolical retake and the pen kill. Okay, actually fun pen gameplay.
That was a masterful push by Rudest Busters at the end to seal that KO, seal the set for their team there. It took a very long time. It felt like that push almost took like 1.5 to 2 minutes to fully develop and fully realize that lead in the end. But it worked out in the end. Like I saw Mudkip on that pencil riding the tower, get off, drop back down to mid, come back up to tower, take it as slow as possible on tower, a mode where it feels like things can get away from you in a second. They played it extremely patiently, and they just got it to a point where HydraCity had really no choice but to drop down and feed, which is exactly what they needed. It's exactly what they need to get this push. And RUDEST Busters, they finish the job, they get the sweep, and they exit round 1 with a win. So well deserved for them.
Indeed, we're seeing some of the highlights here. We do see the whale disappear due to grabbing Rainmaker. Very unfortunate case scenario. We see some Maya able to brutally punish Greed on this clip here, and these highlights are kind of tough. And able to get Harpy there, and this push was diabolical.
Yeah, I mean, like, they had no right getting to 9 in the first place, but not only did they get to 9, they managed to get the KO there as we shifted that Inkblot tower game with Evergreen, getting that nice roller kill, which I think set up HydraCity's amazing push to 18 in the first place. Like, it didn't end up being the winning push, but it was still a very good, like, almost a wake-up call for RUDEST Busters, who had been dominating the set pretty much throughout. This was kind of the first moment where HydraCity got some momentum. Unfortunately, they were not able to hold it to the end of the 5-minute game, but it was good to a point where they got something. They're probably feeling a little bit better going into their second set, and yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how these two teams end up doing.
Indeed, indeed, huge GGs to